But life must go on. And aren't there still 8 points to be contested? A home game against Turkey is Norman Whiteside's match.
Referee acknowledging from his linesman that the 45 minutes are indeed up. McClelland looking for Whiteside. Yes, Whiteside scores. 45 minutes up on the watch as Norman Whiteside scores his 5th goal for Northern Ireland. Whiteside, Quinn. Quinn's done well. Rotherston's arriving. Jimmy Nichols kept this in. It's Whiteside. Whiteside gets his 2nd of the evening.
Things are perking up. Maybe we're wrong in thinking the England match was vital. But the rest of the games are away. No Windsor Roar. No Spion Cop to worry the visiting goalkeeper. But Billy Bingham has already laid plans. Away games are all about confidence and organisation.
Realising we had 3 away fixtures, I asked the president of the Irish FA, Harry Kevin, to try and fix up a match with Spain away from home, because I wanted then to set up what I would call a defensive strategy to overcome these 3 very difficult matches away from home. And I realised we had to pull in our horns and get at least 3 points from those 3 games. That was my target. And I felt my scenario went wrong because I expected England to beat Romania in England, which they didn't. So they upset the whole scenario. But the Mallorca match against Spain was very, very important because we came out of that game, if you recall, with a draw, 0-0. And the morale of the players was high because Spain had beaten Scotland and Wales. And yet they hadn't beaten us. So I said, look, we've set it up well. It's tight, it's difficult. We can make it equally difficult for other teams in our group. And if we get any chances at all, let's take them.
Izmir on the coast of Turkey has more of a holiday look than that for football. But back home, people are confident. They say we'll win. Turkish attacks are few.
We were pushing forward and taking the game to the Turks, which is not what we're used to, not away from home anyway. And it was a strange situation. It wasn't a very good game, and there was very few chances. One of the chances fell to me in the first half after about 20 minutes. And I managed to get a glancing header to the ball, which the goalkeeper saved. I took a bit of stick from the press the next day because they thought I should have scored. But I would ask them to try and put the ball in the net from the position I was in. Suddenly, everybody's disappointed. And we took quite a bit of stick from the press because we've only drawn 0-0. But that was away from home. That was a draw away from home, which I remember 4 or 5 years ago would have been looked upon as a victory. But I suppose it's a sign of the times and the success that Northern Ireland had had over the years, that suddenly people are taking it for granted that you brush Turkey aside.
In Bucharest, Bingham relegates Jerry Armstrong to the bench. He accepts it philosophically, but feels too many remember the header in Izmir. On the field, a rising new star and an elder statesman help make the game unforgettable.
Klein. Ungariano well forward also. And Penny, good turn. McElroy. Steve McCreary starting a match. Unusual for him. That's a good ball by Whiteside. This is Whiteside onside. Klein. McDonald up early. The ball's broken for Hadji. Korash is in the centre. Hadji wants it himself. And a good save by Jennings at his near post. That's the danger of the 20-year-old Georgi Hadji. Korash fighting at the near post. Ball in his corner. Jennings is going. Missed it too, and McDonald made a good interception. Penny for Quinn. Rogalescu, tall, rising above him. That's Rednick. Played a good one through. Matej right the way through it again. Jennings. with a great save on his line. Sammy McElroy. Whiteside's the far side, signalling to McElroy. It's a good run by McElroy. Quinn's onside. If he can hold it and turn it, and he has done it. Jimmy Quinn has given Northern Ireland the lead with 28 minutes gone. Again, Hadji. Support for the Yovan. McDonald with a great header, that was very important. Appeals against Redknapp. Got away with it, and again McDonald was in. Starting the second half the way he played right through the first half. Great defence. Alan McDonald making his debut. A half an hour of the match to go. Corner perhaps aiming for a volley. In the end, a half volley, and Jimmy Nicholl off the line from Mateusz. Ball not clear yet. Bologna and Hadji, little chip this time, and again McDonald with a fine header. And what a great save by Jennings. Joe Gow this time hitting the shot. Pat Jennings checking his position again and again. A clear header and a great save again by Jennings. Redknapp this time.
To me, Romania was one of the great results of our history, and there's make no mistake about that. And in fact, I remember doing a little bit of commentating for the match. In between screams, we've actually had the three best chances of the first half, and you felt maybe the second one would seal the game. Maybe they would lose heart. I honestly felt after that England wasn't going to be a problem because we'd done the hard work. Well, God wasn't going to turn around and say, "Well, you've done this now. I'm going to take it away from you."
The day of reckoning arrives within a month. It's England at Wembley, and we must win a point to qualify. No Northern Ireland player has ever known such tension. Billy Bingham takes aspirin before the match instead of after.
Everybody was nervous from the first day that we met up, and on the way down to the ground, on the coach, I think everybody was sort of pacing up and down the coach. But it was nice to see that because I think everybody was itching sort of to get onto the field.
Pat Jennings is nervous too. He is long retired from league football. He lives from match to match, thanks to his old club.
Peter Shreve rang me from Tottenham. He said, "Look, I've been reading the papers to realise you need to take a couple of games. My reserve goalkeepers get injured. Would you consider playing a few games for us and you can train with Tottenham?" So that to me at the time was the ideal preparation, or it was what I wanted to get me back in. So I said to Peter Shreve, "Well, I'll be back this one on the Monday." I said, "I'll be back in London on Friday. I'll give you a ring on Friday." Peter Shreve said, "Well, I want you to play tomorrow."
This is Sanson. Now brace well. Looking for Dixon. Hoddle. Plenty of men forward for England. Hoddle on the left foot. And Jennings. Now it's Wilkins for England. Looking for Hoddle. That's through for Dixon. An apology to Glenn Hoddle from Perry Dixon. That brought Billy Bingham off his bench. Wilkins looking for Lineker. He could be there. Wilkins looking for Lineker. And McDonald beat him to it. And it's going to fall for Lineker. And Jennings was there again. Stevens looking for Dixon. And how did Jennings keep it out? He's done it again.
I remember coming through then, talking to the glorified English press, then said you had that well rigged up. And I didn't believe I was talking to people who'd been reporting games for the last 20 years, And they were actually serious, really serious. And I thought, well, just leave it. It's a waste of time.
Anyone who says that's a fix can come and see me and I'll tell them it wasn't a fix because we bloody earned that, and anyone who says different is a joke.